I lost faith one time, and the only time I lost faith was Christmas Day, and I'm at my mom's house, and we're there for Christmas, and we lose to the stinking Raiders. I did not see that coming, and did they not whoop us that day? They whipped us bad. So I was like, damn, if we can't beat the Raiders, I don't know. I knew we were going to the playoffs, but that's when doubt kind of creeped in just for a little bit. And then once I got online and I saw people, our fans saying, hey, we're not going to make it. Then I started saying, you know what? To heck with that. Hell yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. That got me back charged up, you know?
I would say around drop pass number 34, maybe 35, something like that. I was starting to be like, my eyebrows raised. I'm like, okay, I think the way I would qualify it is if we keep doing that, then it's going to be unlikely we get to that game. So yeah, if there was a doubt, that would be something around that point. Dwayne might agree with me on this though, and maybe everyone does. Like, as long as defense kept doing what it was doing, it did not get me completely out of the realm of like, I'm not ready to get out of that mindset. But like, if we keep doing that, we can't score, especially in playoff football. Then I don't know what to tell you. Like that we need to complete those must-have completions. So that was where my head was at. But there was always a little bit of like, well, defense is still crushing it, so I can't allow myself to not be a full-time believer. But yes, questions started arising around the drop passes.
So I can consciously tell you and sincerely tell you that I never had any actual doubt that we could make it to this game. Like for real. I'll tell you that the faith was tested a couple of times. The Raider game actually didn't do that for me. It really didn't. I've always looked at, and it was the same way I looked at the Bronco game at the beginning of the season and why I called a loss to the Broncos way back before week one. It's just you do not get to decimate your rivals in your division every single time. I mean, no. These things happen. These things happen. Now, that game was concerning because it was at Arrowhead, but I was at my mother-in-law's house, and I remember sitting there going, not happy about this, but I'm not going to let it ruin Christmas by any means. And I got off that one pretty quickly. The games that I would say that I liked the least, and some of this might have been the fact that I sat there. I didn't like the Packer loss at all. That one bothered me. Yeah, because that was you need to take care of business and an NFC thing. But I rationalized that one away by saying, if you're going to lose games, non-conference ones are the way to do it. Around drop past 34, like Bryan, I started, saying internally, should I be letting my faith waver? Am I putting too much stock in the fact that they're going to figure this out? But I mean, for the most part, I would say that I was pretty firmly in Nick Wright's camp the entire year. I watch his show probably 3 days a week. Me too. And his whole thing throughout the year was the biggest argument you can make against the Chiefs is that they're not good at throwing the ball. And I think it's irrational to think Patrick Mahomes doesn't figure that out. He's like, this is the best defense. And his comparison he started making was the 2018 Patriots. Okay. He's like, we are turning into the 2018 Patriots. And all of his vindication has happened on his show during the playoffs where he's sitting there going, it's almost like I've been telling you the whole season. Yes. We built a team that was made to win the AFC playoffs. Yes. To go into these cold weather stadiums and win nasty games by getting under team's skin and getting in their heads and just grinding it out. And he's 100% right about that. And that's what this has been. I fully expected to beat the Bills. The Chiefs to beat the Bills. I fully expected them to beat the Ravens. Me too. Last week, I thought the score was going to be twice what it was, but here we are.